We've got about 2 minutes before we get started. Today we're going to do a standing series of poses. It still will be gentle, office appropriate. The only thing you need is just room enough to spread your arms out wide. I have a mat, but you don't need a mat. And shoes on, shoes off is absolutely your choice. But we won't be going all the way down to the floor at all. So just some space, enough room to spread your arms out is all that you're gonna need to have for this practice. So got a couple more minutes. As we keep doing these Zoom workouts each week, I'll just keep cycling through what we're doing. So next week we'll go ahead and say we're gonna do chair yoga again. And next week, very exciting, the email will come from me with the Zoom link on it instead of this general big Zoom meeting that happens throughout the week. You'll get a specific one for yoga, in theory, if I do it right. So fingers crossed.
You're gonna do great.
So about 1 more minute. If you have never joined us before, welcome. My name is Tara and I'm glad you're here. This will be a 20-minute gentle stretch, just a stretch break in your day. Today we will be standing the entire time and all you need is space to extend your arms out wide. So the space that you need is just your wingspan. Nothing crazy. We will not be lying down on the floor or sitting down on the floor. So if you're in your office and you don't want to do those things, never fear, we will not do that. So it is noon and we'll get started. So find a spot, right, that you can have your arms out wide all around. And then find your Tadasana pose. So that means feet are firmly planted and they're about the width of 2 fists. So you can check that out if you need to. That's hips distance apart. It's from where your femur bone connects into that pelvis going down. No one is this wide at their hips. So bring it back in, 2 fists, right? Take a moment, send all 4 corners of your feet into the mat. So pressing down, it's the base of your big toe, base of pinky toe, and then the back corners of your heels. So why don't you, and I'll take a step back, lift all 10 toes off the ground, and then exhale, just set them gently down. Don't grip the floor, just set the toes down. And then start to engage your quads, so your kneecaps lift. Tadasana is an active pose. It looks like just standing there, but you are working nearly every muscle in your body. So engaging those quads, and then think about just a little bit of engagement in the abs. So bringing the top of that pelvis and the bottom of your ribs a little closer together, just so you get a little bit of engage. And then inhale, shoulders up next to the ears, and then exhale, roll them down the spine so they move away from the ears, and then hands come down. They're reaching out about 40, 45 degrees, and the fingers are spread wide, palms facing forward. Chin is nice and parallel to the earth. And then close your eyes and start to breathe here. Slow, deep breaths in and out through your nose. Belly getting big on the inhale, drawing back towards your spine on the exhale. Let your breath get slower and deeper. And then scan your body. You still have your quads engaged. Can you feel those abs gently working? Are your shoulders still moving away from your ears? And then on your next inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Palms touch overhead. Exhale, hands come through heart center. Again, inhale, arms reach all the way up. Touch. Exhale, Anjali Mudra. One more time, inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Pressing the hands together, let the elbows come wide. Take a moment, set an intention here. Maybe it's an intention just for the next 20 minutes. Maybe it's for the rest of your day. One more time. Inhale, arms reach up. And then exhale, fold forward. Hinging at the hips, come all the way down. And then bend the knees enough so that rib cage rests on thighs. Bend the elbows and grab with opposite hands. Kind of creating a square around your head. Let your head hang heavy. So take a moment here, nod your head yes, and shake your head no. Then you can hold still or sway side to side. But no matter where you end up, feeling the weight of your hands heavy on your elbows, pulling everything long. Thinking about creating space all along your spine, the back of the neck, and the hamstrings. So as you hang here, maybe you start to feel the hamstrings loosen up a bit. Maybe the legs can start to straighten as long as that rib cage doesn't come off of your legs. And on your next exhale, release that grip on your elbows. Inhale, roll yourself up, all the way up, arms reach up. And then take your left wrist with your right thumb and forefingers and the fingertips to the sky. So again, the fingers are spread wide. And then exhale, pull to the right, hip shift left. And then think about pressing down through the base of that right pinky toe. It wants to roll off the mat, press it down. On an inhale, come back through center, switch the grip. This time, reach the right fingertips up. And then exhale, pull to the left, hips go right. Finding all four corners of your feet pressing down into the mat, just like those Tadasana legs. We never lose that. Finding that stable base even when things go sideways. Inhale, come back through center, exhale. Take your hands behind your back, clasp at your low back. Inhale, pinch the shoulder blades together, heart up, gaze up. Take a little back bend here, hold for a breath. And then on your next exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. That fist can stay at your low back or come up and over. That's whatever feels good for your shoulders today. Again, let your head hang heavy. Crown of the head is reaching towards the ground. On an exhale, drop the fist. Let the fingers come all the way back down. And inhale, roll yourself all the way back up. Nice. So now come wide. So ideally taking wrists and ankles equidistant apart. But if that means that you notice your knees start to buckle in, come a little bit shorter. So inhale, arms reach up here. Exhale, fold forward. Reach, reach, reach. And when you can't reach anymore, start to drop it down. Right? Get nice and long. Hands can go wherever they're comfortable. That could be underneath your shoulders, stretched out in front of you, at your ankles, whatever feels good here. On an inhale, hands come back to hips, come all the way back up, and then take your left toes and point them out, right? So right foot is still the same position, left toes point out, and then sink it down into that left knee. So now you are in warrior two, right? You can look down and see your left big toe because your left knee is pulling towards the left, not collapsing in. Gazes out over those left fingertips. One more inhale here, and then exhale. Bring the left forearm to the left thigh, send the right hand all the way up. Energy out through fingertips. You can hold right here. You can take your gaze up to your right thumb, or if you'd like, you can take that right arm over the right ear and start stretching long out in front of those left toes. Big stretch all along that right side. On an inhale, pull your arm back up if you've taken it. And then big circles forward for 3, for 2, for 1. Go the other way. 1, 2, 3. Inhale that arm back up. Energy through the fingertips pulls you back up so the bottom half of you has not moved. Inhale, flip the left palm up. Exhale, reach back towards that straight right leg. Exalted, your hand can come to your thigh or it can start to reach around, grabbing towards that left hip. But this time stretching through the left side waist. Inhale, come back through warrior 2, straighten that left leg, pivot the left toes back to the front. Again, hands come behind the low back. Inhale, pinch the shoulder blades together, heart up, gaze up. Exhale and fold all the way back in. Again, fists can stay at your low back or come up and over. Let your head hang heavy, no tension in your neck here. On an exhale, drop that fist to your low back, unlock the fingers. They come all the way down. Inhale, roll yourself up. Now we're still nice and wide. We'll take it to the other side. So point the right toes and then exhale into your warrior 2. So energy out through those fingertips. Gaze is towards that right middle finger. Deep bend in the knee. One more inhale here. Exhale, forearm to thigh. Starting with the left fingertips up, stacking shoulder on top of shoulder, and then either hold exactly what you got. You can play with the gaze, or you can take that left arm over the left ear, reaching forward. If you've reached forward on an inhale, bring it back up, and then big circles forward for 3, for 2, for 1, other way, 1, 2, 3. Inhale, energy out through the fingertips. It pulls you back up. Flip the right palm up, and then exhale, take it back. Exalted, same thing here, either pressing into your thigh or reaching around in front of you, stretching through that right rib cage. Don't lose the bend in your knee. On an inhale, come back through warrior 2. Straighten that leg. Pivot the right toes back forward. Feet are parallel right now, and then pull the heels in so they point out 45. Find this cactus arm, and then start to sink it down into a squat. So thinking about pulling your knees behind you and tucking your tail, right? Not sending it out behind you. Then you can rock side to side. Just get a little deeper. If you've been sitting all day, this is good for those hips. And then find a little bit of stillness, sink it a little deeper, and then hands come down onto the thighs. So thumbs point behind you, and then sink. This should take some of the weight out of your quads. Inhale here, exhale, look to the left, dropping your right shoulder. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, drop the left shoulder, look right. Inhale, one more time, each side. Exhale, hold here. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, drop that left shoulder. It's 2 breaths. Inhale, come back through center. Find those cactus arms again. Maybe sink it a little bit lower. And then inhale, press yourself up. Parallel the feet again, so kick the heels out. Hands come to the hips. One more inhale. Exhale and fold. Drop the hands, they come all the way down, and then start to walk yourself over to that left leg. So maybe hugging the ankle or the shin, but pulling yourself in here. Forehead is moving towards the knee. Inhale, walk yourself back through center, and then exhale, take it to the other side. Grabbing somewhere on that right leg, and then pulling yourself in. Inhale, walk yourself back through center, hands come to the hips, come all the way back up, and then walk the feet back in together. So a little chair pose here. You can come with feet completely together unless you are back injured or pregnant, and then you'll find that Tadasana, 2 fists in between. So inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, start to sink it down into your chair, right? All the weight's in the heels so your toes can lift. Again, engage those abs, tucking that tail, maybe sink it a little lower. And then start to play with the weight distribution. So now we're gonna come up into our tiptoes. So we're high on the tiptoes here, like a Barbie foot, and then sink it lower and lower and lower. And if you can come all the way down onto your heels, it feels like you could hold it forever. Bring hands to heart center, just stretching out through the bottoms of the feet here, right? A little balanced pose. One more breath. Try and stay high up on your toes. On an inhale, reach yourself up. Exhale, everything comes down. Nice, so bring those feet back to that hips distance apart. Inhale, arms reach up. And then exhale, hands again come behind the low back. This time, take that fist all the way over to your right hip. Making sure that you are not leaning way back. Pull everything back in. You're still in Tadasana. Inhale here. And then exhale, take right ear to right shoulder. It's the side that the clasp is on. And then maybe moving that left shoulder away, stretching through the left side of your neck. Inhale, come back through center here. Exhale, take it to the other side. So nestling at that left hip, and then drop the ear towards the shoulder. And if you've got a little bit more space, move that right shoulder away. On an inhale, come back through center. Release that grip, heel toe your feet just a little wider than hips distance. So maybe that's like 3 fists in between. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Take your 2 peace fingers around your big toe. So they come between the big toe and, for lack of a better term, index toe, right? Gently pulling forward, elbows flare out to the sides, and then let your head start to drop. Deep forward fold here. Maybe you can feel your belly press into your thighs on the inhale and draw away on the exhale. On an exhale, release whatever grip you've taken. Inhale, roll yourself up all the way up. Again, stretch up, reach up, bend your left elbow and take your right hand, pull it towards midline, and a little side stretch here. So hips go to the left, stretching through that tricep. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, bend the other elbow, pull it towards midline, and then take your side stretch. Oh, we're being joined by my cat, Duchess. She's older than some of the freshmen that started this year, so she does what she wants. On an inhale, come back through center. Again, exhale, fold forward, all the way down. Maybe this time hands come behind the calves and really pull yourself in, compressing everything in that abdomen. On an exhale, release the grip. Inhale, roll yourself up. When we get to the top, start a few shoulder rolls. So up and back, 2 and 3. Go the other way, 1, 2, and 3. And then heel toe the feet back to hips distance. And again, find your Tadasana pose. All right. Shoulders away from the ears. Engage through all 4 corners of the feet, the quads. One more inhale here. And then exhale, drop the chin towards the chest and let your head hang heavy. On your next inhale, start a slow neck circle to the right, letting the inhale take the entire time until your head is back, throat is exposed. And then exhale to the left. One more time that direction, inhaling right. Exhale left. Go the other way, inhaling to the left. Exhale right. Again, around and down. When you get back to that center point, chin moving towards the notch in your chest, let your head hang heavy, hold there. Bring hands to heart center in Anjali Mudra. Again, think about the intention that you set for yourself today. Send yourself a silent smile of gratitude for honoring that intention, taking this time for yourself. Thank you so much for coming and practicing with me today. As you go out into the world, remember to be present, be mindful, and be kind. Namaste. I hope you all have a great weekend, and I will see you next week at noon. So I'm glad you saw Duchess, Ellen.